Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video of the Arts of Moth. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the common test server of Water Tanks and the new HE changes. I won't be talking about artillery because, artillery will be artillery. But the HE changes, I am rather shocked, really. I am... a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the HE changes are terrible. They're not needed, and they're not this and that, and they make HE irrelevant." The matches I've had, I've been flinging nothing but HE, and I've been doing 3, 4, 5,000 damage. Sometimes it will be 2,000 damage, but still. Um, and you're just gonna see. Now, I thought, well, maybe I could go down here, but then I stopped and I moved here. Now, this was a really crucial moment because sitting here, well, you just see what happens. So this is the 60 TP, the tier 10 Polish heavy tank with probably the most broken heavy tank gun in the game, really. And you're going to see this. Sheridan's going to do a big mistake. Ow. 1,051 damage. And so, this Sheridan, I knew he was going to try and run away. So what I do is, because this bit is protected here, I move up and I just kill him. That's really what you have to do, is you have to eliminate a lot of light tanks. You need to get rid of them. And we're already up to 1,200 damage. And the HE is just... It's just amazing. I mean, it's 90mm a pen, but even if you don't pen, you're going to be doing significant damage, really. So I've, decided to take just a pop shot to see if the gorilla's still there, which he isn't. He's moved somewhere else. And so I decided to move up and try and support my EBR any way I can. Me being here is really putting those tank destroyers on a bit of a tightrope because they know I'm here. And they know that they can't push up without me slapping them in the face. So I'm trying to move up, get a shot on that EBR, but I'm conscious to the fact that there are 3 super dangerous tank destroyers there. So, friendly EBR gets shut down, and now, I am now stuck here. And I'm going to just wait. There he is. Now, I don't fire because if I would have fired, that would have most likely missed. Anyway. That shot did 557 damage. He's using premium high explosive. And the thing is about the HE changes is that with any big gun, you don't need to use premium high explosive or, HESH or whatever. You can literally use just normal HE. Because normal HE now acts as like a budget HESH round, basically. So there he is. And, oh, he didn't like that. I don't even think that was a pen. What's the average damage? 950. And we did 925. Now, I do a bit of an error and I pop out. And he's still waiting for me. And I miss him, but he hits me. And he does no damage. Now, an ST2 is there somewhere. I don't know where. So, I'm trying to keep an eye on that. I try and shut down the FE, but I don't quite do enough damage. I'm up to 2,600 damage. I'm conscious to the fact that, yes, there is probably going to be a Gorilla 15 and a Urus 1516 up my, well, backside in a minute. So I'll move up and, like, he just bounced a Hesh round off my turret, and I couldn't believe it. So I swing the gun round, and I know the Gorilla 15 is the one with the least amount of armor. So I just take a shot, 800 damage. I want to say the 60 TP is one of the best machines on the planet, basically. So now, if I move on to the next one, which is in the Type 5 Heavy, because I wanted to try out to see, you know, what would be, what would be best. So I tried the Type 5 Heavy with the Premium HE, which you do not get on console, and on PC it gets 200mm of pen. That is extraordinary. The things you're able to do is ridiculous, and you're just going to see in this replay. Really, you're just going to see what really happens. So this is on Paris, and Type 5 Heavy, not the best machine, but honestly, if you're going to be playing like the 60 TP or the Type 5 Heavy or the Type 4 Heavy or whatever tank which has a big gun and has a lot of alpha with HE, I would really suggest opt out your heavy tank or your tank destroyer which has some armor with all of the all of the skills, like improved hardening and things like that. You know, the ones that reduce the stun, make you repair faster and all that, because it really helps. It really, really, really does. And it's really effective in keeping you alive. If people try and fling HE at you, they're not really going to do a lot of damage, but you're going to do a crap ton of damage to them, and they're not going to like it. They really are not going to like it. So I've got 40 rounds of this Premium HE, which has 192mm of pen, and because HE now passes through tires and tracks now, I'm just going to slaughter this EBR right here. Now he goes full towards me. I fire. Knock him out. That EBR tried to fire HE into my side, and it did not pen. It failed to pen my side armor, which is really, it should have at least done a bit of damage. I feel like they've... Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash here, but I feel like they've nerfed the tier 10 a teeny weeny bit too much. I mean, 120mm of pen down to 75. That's extraordinary. Now I move up and I spot an FE, and I'm not sure if he fires or not, but yeah, I hit him and it does no damage. Now, being angled like this, you think, oh no, don't angle like that. You're exposing your lower plate. Not really. That was a heat round, which he aimed for my gun mantlet for some reason. And that's 900 damage into an STB-1. Oh, man. These are ridiculous numbers. They are just ridiculous. The HE is just so much fun. Now, this Kranvagn was a bit of a problem. 102 damage into his gun mantlet. Well, can you really call it gun mantlet? It's more like a, where his gun goes up and down, basically. 102 damage. That's pretty good. Now, I'm reloading. And this is where it just gets stupid. What's the 60 TP? Bender's lower plate with fucking HE. That's amazing. Excuse my French. Now, they start to have problems with penning me. They cannot. Like, they keep on hitting my cupola, and they can't pen me. So, I'm just taking chunks of damage off, and I'm already up to 3,000 damage. And they just cannot pen me. Now, I'm trying to use my gun to block that guy's shot from hitting my cupola. And I think it did kind of work. Pop out again. I take a shot. 93 damage. Damage is damage. But high explosive is basically, it just acts like Hesh now. It's just stupid. It acts like Hesh that has an AP tip. It can go through walls and whatnot, and then it just, you know, takes a big old dump on the you know, enemy tank you're firing at. Now, I do something really, really, really stupid there. I didn't realise, but the STB-1 actually fired at me, and thank God of the game, that was a ghost round. Now, I'm reloading, and that was a beautiful shot into the STB, but obviously it didn't work out. Now, I'm just sat here, because I'm not going to push up with an E100 in an Object 705A sitting up there. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to wait for that Object 268 to do something stupid, which he has just done. And I do mess this up a bit. 47 damage. That was into his thickest part of his armor, which is ridiculous. And now he's upside down. And you're going to see me do the dumbest thing in the game. No, just watch where I aim. I aim for his tracks thinking, oh yeah, it's HE. But I forget that HE does not detonate on tracks anymore. So I kind of screwed up. And this guy found heat. He must be auto-aiming or something, because the heat pen of the TVP is what, like 350mm? Or something like that. And he just did not pen. So I've done 3,100 damage. You know, obviously people could probably, most likely going to do more, but you know, this is HE we're talking about. HE now seems to be just as, you know, just as fantastic as it has always been. I don't know why, you know, Wargaming is trying to nerf HE, because HE's not really causing a problem. It's just HE. You know, it detonates on the surface. But I welcome this change, because it gives you so much more ability to screw over an enemy, basically. So, you know, a lot of people were, at the start, they were complaining, saying, oh, you know, they're going to break HE, HE's going to do nothing. But as you've seen in these two replays, HE is just so effective. Yes, you can say, oh, they were all weakly armor targets. No, they weren't. They really weren't. I mean, you saw that 60 TP right into his lower plate, 950 damage. You know, this is ridiculous. I honestly love this change. You know, HE is just my number one pick ammo to go to now. You know, E100. You don't need to fire Hesh in the ship barn anymore. Just fire HE, really. That's all you need to fire, and you save so much silver doing that. You know, the Death Star do the same thing. 60 TP. I would really, really recommend carrying a huge abundance of HE and then carrying a few of AP or heat or whatever. And just do the same thing for the E100. Probably more AP or heat for the E100, just because it's got, you know, that turret face, which is a bit weaker. Type 5 and Type 4 heavy, and all the, you know, the Japanese super heavy tanks, which have all the dirt guns. Just use HE, because HE right now, it's not broken. It's fun. It's engaging. I love it. I love this HE change. I hope this HE change comes to console, because I think it's a positive thing, to be honest. You know, I don't know why no one is running around you know, in these like 60 TPs or these, you know, whatnot, you know, these big guns running around and flinging HE, because no one is. I'm practically the only person in the 60 TP in the Type 5 which are running around firing HE. Everybody else is just firing heat, you know, APCR and whatnot. If everybody just tried HE, they would see of how strong it is now. It is, I would say it's probably the same strength as the old HE, but in a different way. Yes, you can't hit a track and do splash damage. Yeah, it's not going to work like that. But what you are going to do now is, you know, in the old, with the old HE, if you shot, say, the gun mantlet of E100 and it did no damage, now you're going to do probably 200 damage with the, yeah, it's a 60 TP. Yeah, it's just really good. It's a really good change. I love the change really. The Mouse, I have not seen the Mouse yet, but HE is gonna ruin the Mouse. It's gonna screw the Mouse over. HE is just so strong now. You know, when Wargaming said, oh, you know, I think the article was, you know, about balancing HE and things like that. They have changed it, but they've changed it in a way where it doesn't directly affect HE. It makes HE different in a way, but keeps it, you know, godlike basically. You know, heat and APCR and APDS is always going to be the number one shell because it's premium. Everybody's going to flock to the premium rounds. But HE is such a good round now. The old HE used to be more of a, you know, more of a, what do you call it? More of a strategic shell. But now it's almost like an alpha shell. You can literally, like for example, in your Type 5 or your E100, you can go out with HE, come on the corner, say there's a Super Conqueror there, and he's slightly elevated up, like I am right here, and you hit that lower plate, you're most likely gonna pen and do full damage. You're talking about 750 damage to 900 damage. And that's gonna really hurt him. And the thing is now is that HE now pens spaced armor, and that is such a critical thing because the Super Conqueror's turret is well armored, but the well armored places are, you know, mostly around the gun mantlet. So if you hit, you know, say his cupola or, you know, his turret ring or something, you're going to do a hell of a lot more damage than if you hit his gun mantlet. But HE is just such, it's just so good now. I love it. I absolutely adore the HE change. I just really, really enjoy it. And I would love to hear your guys' feedback to see, you know, how you feel about it. But I'm going to play around with the HE a bit more for the next couple of days to see how I get used to it. I have tried the ship barn with just HE, and it just works so well. It works better than the Hesh. The Hesh just devours your silver. The HE doesn't. And you just do so much damage with the HE. It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, this has been the Arduous Moth, bringing you one of the first replay videos. If you would like to see more, or if you would like to post one of your replays, send it to the email in the description below. If you have a replay, and I'll gladly look at it and do a video on it. Anyway, guys, see you later. Peace.